as one, walk with thousands.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Dad Bods and Beers. We've got a fun one with you guys today. But before we get started, as always, want to introduce and highlight our primary sponsor, Mountain Ops. We've been cruising on them for almost a year.
It's true.
It's almost been exactly a year since we had Trevor on the show, and we've been using them. Have you tried the new soda flavors that they introduced?
Ask me if I've tried anything other than Lime Ricky.
Yeah, okay.
They have a Rocky. Have you had a Lime Ricky before?
Oh,
in your
yeah.
life?
It's hard to switch.
He hasn't.
Okay. I'm not from Utah, so Lime Ricky was not something originally that I tried. But they've got a new root beer flavor. I love it. So
You would.
yeah. And then since we've been training for the High Rocks that's coming up in December, I just reordered some of my Yeti mode because I can't survive without that pre-workout. But as always, you guys know that we've been fueled by Mountain Ops for quite a while now, and it's helped us as we were training for the marathon. It's helped us in our health journey, and now we're going towards the High Rocks in December. So check out mountainops.com, use code DADBODS at checkout. You'll get 20% off. And then obviously every time you buy something on mountainops.com, a portion of the proceeds goes to help feeding families in need. So without further ado, JJ Lund is in the studio with us today.
He has a helicopter.
He has a helicopter and a cowboy hat. Thanks for having me. And
Great
this is
introduction, guys. Yeah, thank you.
This is your
That's
first.
all. He has a helicopter. Enough said.
This is your first ever podcast.
This is the first ever podcast. So if I'm doing something way wrong, just do whatever you guys got to do for
Well,
me.
what will happen is if there's something that you don't like, you can just cut it out in post.
That's
We'll
awesome.
tell you.
I didn't know that.
We'll tell you we'll cut it out, but we're still gonna run it.
Perfect. I'm in.
Yeah.
No, when him and I started, we were oversharing a lot.
Oh man, we were like trauma
Too
dumping.
much.
And, yeah, we
Your
were
poor wives,
We were
probably.
trauma dumping everything, and we didn't know we had trauma. And next thing we know, it was like, oh. And then our
then when
wives
I
were
was
like, "You need to take
5.
that off. You need to take this off. You, need to you cannot talk about our marriage." Like,
It hit a point where our wives had to listen to like the recordings before. This is before we were even doing video.
Yeah.
Before we were doing podcast or like social media clips and stuff. And then I'd like play it in the truck while we were driving. My wife was like,
you can't
"No,
say that.
like, no, are you kidding
Yeah.
me?" It's like, and delete.
Well, like full disclosure, you guys, I'm not really like a book reader. Your guys' podcast was the first one I listened to because Sean told me to listen to it. And so my wife's like, "Are you sure you want to go do a podcast?" I'm like, what's the worst thing that could happen, right?
Yeah. No,
You lose all respect and you just lose your businesses.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
well, I'm glad
about
we can have this special moment and be your first.
That's awesome. Well, thanks, guys. Thanks for having me. Seriously. Thank you.
So, for anybody who doesn't know you, who are you? What do you do? And how'd you accidentally end up on social media?
Okay, well, it's a great question. I am
funniest thing
JJ
ever.
Lund. I am a hardworking, early morning rising cowboy that is proud to be a dad and has a pretty positive outlook on life. And just got into social media 6-7 months ago, to be
Why?
honest.
What made you start?
So I'm a big outdoorsman, hunter, and so I'm always filming myself doing all this stuff. I've always had these big plans of like doing cool videos and
You
doing
need
stuff.
to meet Trevor then, if you're a huge hunter.
Yeah, no, I hunt all over, and I got lots of stories about it. Love it. Like, it's part of my passion. I own hunting ranches in Mexico and Utah, and it's a big part of my thing. But so I'm always videoing myself, but I never would do anything with it. Like, never. And so last fall, I just started posting a bunch. Like, before once a month I'd put something on there. And then all of a sudden I started doing a bunch, and my little 4-year-old, well, he was 3 at the time, hangs out with me all the time, and he did some funny stuff, so I posted that, and those kind of got like a bunch of traction right off the get-go, and I was like, hey, let's just go for it. So now I'm posting every day, and like I'm a social media guy right now.
It's funny. And see, I love hearing that because that's what I mean. I've been doing social media for going on 4 years now, and the most viral videos and stuff are the most authentic. Yeah. The most that is just like the best depiction of who you are, because people can feel that through the screen. So I love that you're just like, I accidentally just started doing it, and now here we are. And so
when I met you guys, like, I think when my introduction
about a month
was like,
ago,
I have no idea. Like, my editing's horrible. I really, truthfully, don't even know how to change the font and get it the same way as I had the font the post before. Like, True story, guys.
My
I'm
favorite-
just winging it.
My favorite comment is you said that you're introducing yourself and you're like, so I just found out that I have DMs and I went in there was like 1,000 unread messages and I just put select all, delete.
That was way overwhelming because I can't even keep up on my
probably
text
do.
messages,
Yeah.
let alone like all these new DMs I didn't even know was a part of it.
Probably all these brand deals that you
Oh
just
my
totally
gosh.
threw out the
Yeah,
window.
There was a ton, but whatever.
So social media is relatively new to you,
Yeah.
right? But being authentic is not, right? So you seem like the type of guy. I mean, having come from the construction world for years, I've dealt with tons of the cowboy types. I mean, I know I got a buddy who's a big cattle farmer, and I always like the unapologetic authenticity of a lot of the types I'm sure that you run with.
Yeah.
Has it always been just this? Everything's been fun, or has there been times where you know? Well, I guess you were telling us before the mic started rolling that you spent 3 days on a mountain chasing a bunch of elk, right?
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. I've one thing about me, you guys, is everybody gives me more or less a hard time, like you're the luckiest guy that I've ever met, or you're like the happiest guy that I've ever met. And truthfully, I am, but it's not because everything works out perfect for me. It's truthfully because I choose to be that person. As many businesses I have, and as many employees and like different things, and I'm not trying to say that I'm like some big player.
But I actually want to know how many business, how many employees do you have?
I have there's over 30 LLCs,
Oh wow.
and all those aren't business. A lot of us properties and ranches and different things like that. But there's probably, I don't even know, I'd have to count, but there's probably 7 or 10 businesses, like
Legit.
I mean restaurants, RV parks,
Okay.
construction company, landscape nursery, wedding venue centers. And then I own a bunch of trades in the construction world. Like we're general contractors where I do most of my work, but then we own our own concrete company, our own finish trim company, cabinet company, all these different things. So in all of that goes on, like I have a lot of stuff that goes bad.
Oh yeah.
Like to the extent of people actually don't even believe me if I were to tell them, right? So to your question is, yeah, every day, to be honest, I have like, I can't believe I'm going through this right now. But, and not that I'm trying to disguise anything, but I choose to like pick the fun stuff or the happy stuff, right? Or the things that I enjoy to promote my life or me on.
I keep interrupting, and
Oh, go ahead.
How, like, the past, I own one company, and then we run Dad Bods. I guess that's a second company, but I have one company, and the stress of the day-to-days and how I'm going to do this, or how am I going to do this, or there's other issues. How do you stay on that positive side when there's so much crap?
Yeah.
You have customers who might be upset, or because something broke during transit. That has nothing to do with you, but they blame you like you're Satan.
Yeah.
and then you know, like, or you owe bills, and it was a rough month, and so how are you going to pay those bills and things like that? It's just like it starts like you work so much you don't get to see your family.
Yeah.
Like, how do you stay positive?
I mean, that's a great question. I think part of my story is the story that I like creating with anything that I have going on. Like I remember growing up, and me and my buddies used to go on the mountain all the time, right? In the springtime, it's like May, the snow's melting. We used to go see how far we could get our foilers up the mountain. Well, the funnest part about it was getting stuck, right? Like you get stuck, and then the real story is how the heck you get your foiler out.
But for real,
Sometimes we didn't get out. Like I remember walking 14 miles home when I was like 13 years old because we got stuck so bad that we had to walk home. Now, I base a lot of my life kind of like that. Like it's pretty fun to walk home sometimes. Like it might suck, but the story at the end is pretty fun. And so the problems that I endure every day, first of all, I have a good team around me. Like the guys that I work with, I have family and friends and people that are close to me that I can trust helps tremendously, right? Like, honestly, that's probably one of the biggest avenues that I have on like the stress that I encounter. But literally, I know bad stuff's gonna happen, And I've always known that my whole life, just stuff's going to happen if I created it or not. But the fun part's getting out of it and getting unstuck sometimes. And that's literally how I roll every day.
Getting unstuck. That might be the episode title. I like that. So how do you like, I mean, hindsight, right? I mean, here's the thing is with social media, and you're obviously probably learning more and more of this, there's a million opinions out there.
Yeah.
And sometimes the most critical opinions of somebody who looks at maybe things that you have and wishes they had it, or say, oh, the whole, like, it must be nice, or it's easier to deal with, with issues if you feel like you got all this other stuff to fall back on. But it hasn't always been, 10 companies or 30 LLCs, right? Like that takes a long time to build.
Yeah.
So in all these different problems that arise every day or through all the different years and stuff, how have you navigated when something it just is what it is and it happened versus something that maybe was like a direct response to maybe like a mistake or a slip up that you made? And how does the accountability play into that?
No, that's a great question too. I always tell everybody that like my success in my career has been like a shovelful at a time. Like truthfully, it's a shovelful. And I probably try to rate the things that I do on like, am I going to make a shovelful or am I going to lose a shovelful? So I try to definitely not put anything out there at risk so much that it can be devastating on me. Does that make sense? Like I probably take more risks than a lot of people, but I've been shoveling so long, that I can lose a little bit and it's not going to hurt me or put me into a position that's devastating or going to hurt me. Like probably more than anything, I'm too optimistic about everything, about loss or growth. Like I truly believe that like myself, I can just get myself out of anything and like be a better person at the end of it, if that makes sense.
Was there ever a time that maybe that feeling was a little fleeting or that you maybe didn't feel like that was, or is that a feeling that you found along the way?
Yeah, no, I mean, that hits me at times. And, I'm a faithful man too. So I believe in a good prayer and like things that will help my insides and betterness feel. And I constantly use those tools to, get out of that slump or ever let myself get too far down where I'm not gone per se. Right. And it's definitely part of the way that I was raised as well. Like my mom and dad, didn't matter if I hit a home run or struck out. To them, I was still the best ball player on the team, right? And I think that was a big portion of who I am now, to where I just don't let things get me down. Like I'm going to strike out and
So how
always
do you
get back
think
up.
someone who doesn't necessarily have that gift, how do they build that talent where they can think positive even during times of despair and hardships and stuff like that, knowing that they can get out of it? Because to me, it's a talent.
Yeah.
It's something that you can learn and practice. I know Logan and I have really been trying hard, me especially. This has been a hard year for me.
Yeah.
And a hard year for Logan, just on the personal side.
Yeah.
You heard how I talk to my wife. We're wonderful.
Yeah. 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 I love it.
No, but we laughed just because you guys made fun of me because I was like, oh, hey, yeah, call if you want. It's okay.
Yeah.
But I really do believe it's a skill set. Like I've learned, I have to consciously just, hey, I'm going to get through this. This is going to be okay. I've been here before, not necessarily this situation, but I've been here. And I'm learning that I sometimes get in my own way. And so how do you build that talent? Because you have that talent. It's obvious.
Yeah.
You're one of the nicest, quirkiest guys I've ever met. Like, you're so fun. Like, I could hang out with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, thank you.
We could go on your helicopter anytime you want.
Did you just ask him on a date?
I
Afterwards.
like movies and popcorn.
And let's go get some tacos.
You go down and go to the Ferris wheel.
So we'll go to Shills.
Let's do this. Get some fishing tackle.
No, but it's a talent. So, like, how would you say someone who doesn't have that ability yet, how would they achieve that?
Yeah, I think... Yeah, I think about
question,
stuff like this
sorry.
all the time. Yeah, no, I'm trying to prepare myself for the tough questions, right? Being on this podcast, and I didn't prepare at all, and I should have maybe.
Neither did we.
Okay, good.
We just got
Ranked 43rd in unscripted podcast.
One thing about me is I don't have to ask permission to anybody per se. My wife, maybe, right?
Yeah,
Like,
tread carefully, bud.
Yeah, no. But me subconsciously or mentally, like I don't ask permission from anybody. So I truly believe that my state of happiness is based on what my wants are. And so I'm not sure how I can compartmentalize like each thing in my life, but I just choose to not ask for permission to be happy. And I can just do it.
Okay.
I don't even know how to explain it rather than, I mean, really, since the time I'm little, I've wanted to be happy. I wanted to be the outgoing guy. I don't want to let things get me down. And things get me down, you guys. Like I have rough days.
Well, everyone does.
But my stories that I'm creating and the times I'm getting unstuck, and I was talking to my buddy Todd on the way up. He's just like, dude, you're the only guy that I know that actually likes to change tires. Because in high school, me and my buddies were like, dude, I bet I can change the trailer tire faster than you can, you know? And it's like, well, let's run the crappiest old tires on our horse trailer because that's the only ones we can buy. And let's blow them and we'll start racing. So it was like a monthly thing. We're like, dude, I'd change one in 6 minutes. I'm 2 minutes and 30 seconds, whatever it was. So I'm just looking for that story, you guys. Like the down times, I know they're coming. Mm-hmm. And I want the story of getting out of it, climbing out of it. Yeah. And I want that to be a part of my life as the guy rising instead of the guy, you know, falling. And so I'm choosing that path.
Yeah, I like that. So what's maybe some literal or even figurative like unstuck moments? Like you talked about the four-wheeler or whatever. What are some more of the I mean, you talked about, you know, you got all these elk and the helicopter and stuff like that. What?
Have you done Croydon with your motorcycle yet?
What?
Go try that.
There's no way you can make it. They have races in Croydon once a year.
Okay.
And it's like this. And they see who can go all the way up furthest.
Oh, those
the
hill
quickest
climbs.
before they fall.
Oh, yeah.
You should go watch it. It's so much. It's right next to Devil's Slide.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
Sorry. Sure, you said that.
Like ADHD moment, like Rob's like, oh, motorcycle.
How big? What's the motor size?
No, but people across the country come and race. It's really fun.
Yeah.
But one of the fun things that I always liked with just some of my cowboy buddies was like there was this one dude who always had a story that was better than the last guy, which I'm sure you know 100 guys that, where it's just, we were camping in the desert and there was, he probably doesn't listen. He probably can't even spell podcast, so he's not going to listen to this. But he was telling this one story where they were out moving cattle and they're in the West Desert. And apparently there's some rehab facility somewhere nearby. And they were on some nature walk, and all of these celebrities, including Lindsay Lohan, came into their camp, and he almost had a chance with Lindsay Lohan. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, bud. Yeah, sure. Yeah, but it was, and the fish always got bigger. So what are some of those just, you know, the different unstuck stories or just some of the crazy, I mean, I said this 10 times already, but the elk on the side of the mountain, the helicopter.
This is a great story that I didn't even let anybody know at the time it was happening because it was such a big deal. I was so worried my name was going to be all over the news as like the horrid story of last weekend kind of scenario. So I own a ranch down by Nephi, Utah called Red Iron Ranch. It's a elk ranch on top of Mount Nebo. Anyways, last summer, like July, these flash floods came through and took out 2 sections of my high fence where the elk are at in this enclosure. And I had my little kids with me. Like the little guys. I have 5 kids, but I was with my 3 littlest. I had this feeling I need to go check the fence before we went off the mountain. So we rolled down the mountain. Sure enough, the fence is tipped over. No cell phone service. No, nothing. I mean, I didn't have a shovel. So for 3 hours with my hands and my little kids watching me, I dug mud and dirt and rocks off of this fence from this washout so I could tip it back up. So, you know, no more elk could get out. So for 3 hours I do this. I finally get it tipped back up where I'm like, well, it's not great, but it's at least, I think it'll hold a fence, hold an elk. Get back in my Ranger, dead exhausted, tired, right? Like I'm spent. I'm like, well, I better go check there's one more spot I better go check. I run up there. Sure enough, it's washed out too. I'm like, like, oh my gosh. So hours later, I'm same thing, hands digging, whatever I can do to get this fence stood back up. And I am like gut sick to no end, you guys, that I just let out all these giant, I mean, there's over $1 million of elk in this high fence, and there's elk tracks right there. I'm like, I just let all the elk out. This is getting to be on the news. This is going to be a bad, bad deal. So I get back to the top of the mountain. I text and call all my buddies that come and guide for me, or anybody that's involved, all the guys that I can count on and trust. Like, I got a problem. I need some help, guys.
Yeah.
And within hours, like a dozen guys are up there to help me. And it took us 3 days, including drones, rangers, thermals, and helicopters, to grid that mountain looking for elk that got out. And we actually only found one that got out, and we were able to get it right back in.
So out of that whole thing, only one?
Only one got out.
See, I'm over here thinking all of them got out.
Oh, dude, it was so scary. I can't even tell you how sick I was. Like, because the problem is the mountain's so thick. We were getting counts. We could never correctly even count to verify how many we had, because there's so many trees. You know, it was impossible. So we found that one, got it back in. I still didn't know if we got them all. So like, for 2 months of my life, you guys, I am just like waiting for a phone call from some state official.
Are they tagged or like
They're
branded?
tagged, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it'd still be a big deal, right? If one of these tagged elk got out on a
So how do you
public
value
unit.
an elk? Like if you say $1 million in elk in there, how much is elk?
Yeah, I mean, they range from $18,000 to $50,000 a bull is what, what those elk were.
Jeez.
Yeah. So anyways,
And you just sell them for meat?
sell them for meat and for hunting, to go hunting.
Interesting.
Yep.
I took one out with a semi truck one time.
Hey,
didn't realize that
perfect.
I hit a Civic.
Tastes good. I like what elk tastes like.
So, geez, that's crazy. I mean, yeah, I've seen some of these videos and stuff on social media before of kind of like, herding and farming and stuff like that with choppers and things like that. So you imagine you probably come from a long line of cowboys and ranchers and things like that, right?
Kind of. My dad was a truck driver.
Okay.
And we had a horse growing up, but that was about it.
Oh,
So I
okay.
kind of wanted that lifestyle, and so I
There you
started.
go.
Nice. I like that. It's kind of the self-starter story. But I wonder if like some of the old former Utah ranchers just thinking they're like, you guys are hunting down with helicopters.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah, it's a game changer now in this generation.
so what you said you had your 3 littles with you when that happened, and I'm sitting here thinking as a dad, that's where I'm getting the anxiety of like 20 minutes in, my 9-year-old, my 7-year-old are like, can we have your phone at least? Like you're up on top of a mountain for hours.
Yeah.
When you got these little ones in there, they just kind of know.
Dude,
they
my
just know the
kids-
story. They're just hanging out.
Since they were all little, I pack them around with me a lot. So they're used to being in the truck. They're used to being in those kind of situations. Like, I mean, honestly, doing all the things. They were all trying to help me as much as they could. It was pouring down rain, and my little 6-year-old Charlie is just dragging sticks out of the forest to help me pop the
cute.
fence up. Yeah, my little boy McCoy, the 3-year-old, same thing. Like, he was just trying all he could. I was getting him out of the river more than getting the fence up, you know. But
You're like, I could have got it done in 2 hours, but
oh, 100%. That's me as a dad, and it's been fun watching them and teaching
that's
them about
right.
those situations,
I
right?
saw your little Instagram story about how your son was backing something up, or no, he let go of the trunk or the tailgate.
Tailgate. Oh,
and,
yeah.
and that was such a good dad moment. I thought that was really cool how you handled that.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, I just taught his son, hey, so you don't let go of the tailgate.
Yeah.
What was it?
Yeah, I had a trailer hooked on, and my little 3-year-old, he loves to get my tailgate open and trail on the back of the truck and just slam
Oh, yeah.
down. And it was a brand new truck. Like,
Yeah.
it's 2 months old and got a big old dent in the tailgate. Now I'm just like,
See, now that's why I went all bougie with the slow drop tailgate.
Yeah.
But now you got some of these ones with Chevys and stuff. Now will lift themselves back up.
yeah, we need some of that.
So obviously you got 5 kids.
5 kids.
So you're a family man.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the range of the kids?
Youngest is 4, oldest is 13. Both boys,
That
and
was
then
me.
3 little girls in the middle.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Oh, nice. So I feel like, obviously we call the show Dad Bods and Beards. There's a major family man, fatherly aspect to the show. We've had some of our best episodes are just us riffing on talking about being dads. And one of the biggest lessons I think I've learned in being a dad is grace for my dad, realizing that this was the first time he was doing all this stuff too. So in raising 5 kids, I've only got 2. He's got a small herd. He's got 6. What's been one of the best and / maybe even worse lessons you've learned just raising kids out on the side of the mountains.
As
and all
the
that kind of
parent?
stuff. Yeah.
Man, yeah. I'm such a hurry in life, you guys. Like, I'm the guy that forgets one little piece of something to accomplish the task faster, and then it probably costs him a little extra time in the end. The reason why I say that is because I'm hurry, and I've realized I can't do that when I'm like trying to teach my kids. Like, I'll just get frustrated, and I have gained another level of patience with my kids that I know, or that I hope is valuable to them. They got to learn too, right? Like, they're not set up for my speed yet. And I just got to slow down when I'm teaching them. And I've realized when I do that, then all of a sudden they learn a lot faster. When I'll take the time to actually teach them why they can't drop the tailgate. I just don't yell at them for dropping the tailgate. I go back to, bud, this is the reason why we don't, and explain that process. Now, my 4-year-old, he'd literally be like, Dad, can I open your tailgate? Heck yeah, you can, buddy. Thanks for asking, And they learn. Like, the patience is key for me.
Have you ever had any moments where, I know I have, where they've said something that you said and you didn't realize that they were listening? Mine's some colorful words. They'll be like, don't say that. You used it in the right context, but don't say that. Have you had any moments where your parenting, caught up to you, where you realized that they were listening or watching when maybe you didn't think they were?
Yeah, for sure. My teenager had a song on the other day on like a playlist on Spotify, and I'm like, did that just swear? And he's just like, yeah, it's on your playlist, Dad. I'm like, oh. Man, like, oops. And, I mean, same thing, like verbally, whatever. I see that a lot, and where I spend so much time with my kids, especially when they're little, like not preschool, but prior to starting school, I spend so much time with them. Like, they imitate me a lot, and I've noticed that. And for good or worse, I try to keep that, being conscious of it.
That's cool. I think some of the best wins are like those little moments when you realize they are watching and it was like a positive moment. Or like yesterday, my little boy went and played with his friends, and you don't realize how much like dirt they smell until they come sit right next to you. Yeah. And we turned on a movie, and Mom was upstairs doing a bunch of stuff, and they just want to watch a movie. And he's like, hey, Dad, can I come sit with you? He's 7. And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, when was the last time you just came and just like sat in the crook of my arm and we watched a movie? And I was enjoying it for a minute, and then I was like, boy, you need a bath. But it's just those moments of kind of like, I'm sitting there, I'm like, I used to do this all the time.
Just wait till they're teenagers.
Yeah. I'm like, I used to do this all the time when you were 2, when you were 3, when you were 4. You always wanted to come sit, with me. But it's like, now that they're getting older and they're getting a little more independent, I'm starting to realize now, like, maybe why Dad, even in my 30s, is calling like, hey, what are you doing? Like, what are you up to? And so I think it's fun for me as a young dad. We're all still, young dads who got young kids, to just see them learn, see them grow. And then there's still moments where I'm guilty of it, where you have to catch yourself.
Wrong. And
you're just like, okay, this is you. Why would you have an adult concept of this situation? Of course, you're going to think of it more. My son still thinks that clouds are mountain farts. I don't know why. That's what he said. He's like, are clouds what happens with mountain fart? I'm like, sure, bud.
I've never heard that.
I had a big dad win. It's probably been like 6 months ago or something, but obviously the little kids are always fighting each other, right? And you're like, you got to be nice to that one and be nice to this one. And I heard my 13-year-old talking to his cousin, which his cousin is 10, and his cousin and his sister, they were fighting, okay? Like, to the point where they weren't having fun at our house anymore, whatever. Well, I overhear my 13-year-old boy, Maddox, talking, and he's giving his little cousin, the 10-year-old, a pep talk about how he needs to, like, dude, you just sometimes got to just realize how much you love your sister. Like, you just got to remember that she's going to be, like, your best friend forever. And, like, she's your family, man. She's more important than all this other stuff that you're worried about. And me overhearing my 13-year-old say that, like, actually, my wife heard it, and she came and got me. She's like, you got to hear this. So we're like standing at the stairs listening to our 13-year-old. Is the best dad.
Trying not to cry.
Right? Oh, man, totally.
It's almost like that I've been watching you, Dad song.
Yes.
Right? Oh man, that's
beautiful.
I remember listening to that all the time when I was younger, thinking about it as my dad, from his perspective. But now it's like, it puts it in that perspective. When
I've never heard that song.
really,
Oh, it's good.
With Rodney Atkins, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, I mean, change your life.
We'll listen to it on the way home.
Let's do it.
I don't know if I want it. Now that my kids are older.
Yeah. But before we kind of had that mid roll halfway through the episode, we were going to touch back a little bit on Tyson's very much so in like the business mind right now. You said you wanted to ask him a couple questions about.
Yeah. What was your first business?
Oh,
And how'd you start? And
yeah.
how'd you grow? Because that's where I'm trying to figure out.
No, this is fun. I love the story because it's like a big part of me for sure. My dad was a truck driver growing up, gone 5 days a week.
Oh yeah. Been there.
So excited to see the truck come around the turn on the weekend to come home and see us. Great dad. Like he taught me so much stuff. He used to bring wood pallets home in his trailer and have extra wood pallets. And then once he got like a big stack of them, he'd take them to this cheese plant in Loa and they would stack new cheese on them, reuse them. Right. So I knew there was this value in these wood pallets. So when I was 15 years old, there was 400 pallets. I mean, at the time I didn't know this, but there's this giant stack of pallets behind Kmart.
Oh.
So I go to Kmart, go knock on the back manager's door or whatever, said, hey, you guys sell these pallets? She says, yeah, for $1 a piece. So I went home. I was on my bike. Literally, I'm on my bike. I go home and I start calling every store in Richfield, Utah, that's where I'm from, asking if they wanted to buy the most primo 40 by 48 pallets that they had ever seen. So I got turned down by 30 plus companies until one company called Redmond Minerals. I'm sure you guys have heard of Redmond Salt.
Yeah, I know exactly
So
who it
this
is.
guy named Sammy Bates from Redmond Minerals, he says, yeah, I buy a lot of pallets. He says, who are you? And I said, well, I'm JJ Lund, I'm the new pallet guy in town. And so he asked me about the quality of them, and I say, yeah, they're as good as you can get, Sammy. He says, how soon can you get me some? I said, I can get you 400 2 days. And he says, that's perfect. So I borrow my dad's truck, 15 years old, no driver's license. I borrow my dad's four-wheeler trailer, and I go down to Kmart, and I got a hammer, and I got a bunch of old rusty nails. He had this big can of nails. I still remember this green can of nails. And I go hand stack 400 pallets, and I fix every one of them as I'm putting them on the trailer. Took me 2 loads, and I'm hauling them to Redmond without a driver's license and meet Sammy Bates. And after the second load, I said, hey, can I get my check? And he says, well, no, that takes some time. And I'm like, well, I wrote a hot check to Kmart, Sammy. Is there any way I can get a check quicker? And he's like, well, I don't know. I'm like, how about I give you 20 pallets for free? He's like, all right, let's go get you a check. So old Sammy went and wrote me a $1,600 check. And I just wrote Kmart a $400 hot check. And I made $1,200, my first transaction deal as a 15-year-old kid. And then from then on, I was like, this is awesome. So I became the pallet guy. I was the pallet guy all through high school. I started traveling all over southern Utah, picking up pallets from every place I could get and just supplying as many as I could get to Redmond Minerals.
Oh, wow.
They just kept buying them from me for years and years. And that was my first company I started.
That's
cool.
rad.
Yep.
And it all started with a hot check, right?
Hot check.
That's so funny, dude.
Yep.
Yeah, that's funny. I would say Rich. I didn't realize you were Richfield. I know a handful of people down in Richfield.
Yeah, Richfield's great.
Yeah.
That's where his wedding venue is.
Yeah.
See, I remember that.
Yep.
You said your dad drove truck, huh?
Yep.
What did he drive?
He drove long haul for years, and then he had a route that just went from Loa, Utah, from Chapel Cheese up to Simplot in Idaho. Then he drove for Flying J for years, and then he had all the years he had contracts for the Postal Service. He actually retired as the longest running person ever with the how do I say this? With the most years of contracts with Postal Service. He drove until he's 89 years old.
Dang.
My dad's 97 now. He's 55 when I was born.
He's still kicking?
Yeah, still awesome.
Holy cow.
Yeah. Still going around with me a bunch.
You can't, man, those old truckers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I drove truck for a while. And
He arm wrestled Sylvester Stallone, too.
did he? Yeah.
Yeah, they took that part out of the movie. But
They took that out of the movie. Yeah, no, I mean some of the old dogs that I mean he probably is like twin stick through the steering wheel type guy, right?
oh yeah, got an
Yeah.
old 5 and a 4. I
Oh,
got
yeah.
his old truck. It's got 4 million miles on it. I'm restoring
What
it
is
right
it?
now. It's a Kenworth, 1976
Oh,
Kenworth.
nice. So is he a Kenworth guy?
Yeah, yeah.
So he didn't like Pete's?
Yeah. No, I just bought a brand new Pete, and he's
Yeah.
like, It's not a KW.
Yeah. That's funny. You know, I used to do I did side dumps, belly dumps. I did triples for UPS for a little while, road trains. We call them wiggle wagons. But yeah, no, I get a little bit of a. It's been a while since I've been in a truck.
Come drive a truck with me, man.
Yeah.
I still love it.
Oh yeah.
I bought a new one that's all fancy. That I can
You ever
take
been
my
in a
kids
semi?
in.
Oh man, float gears.
I have a 2011 Toyota Highlander. Back that puppy up.
Last year on spring break, my kids, all their friends were going to Mexico and stuff, and I'm like, "You guys are getting in the Kenworth. We're going job hopping." So we jumped in the Kenworth, all 5 kids and my wife, and it's got bunk beds, and we went
fun.
and spent 4 days trucking. And
My the long term dream is one day I'll have a big old long nose just to haul all the toys, right? Just big old, yeah.
I got one whenever you want to come borrow.
Oh yeah, anytime.
Yeah, it's fun.
I keep my CDL just cause they're hard to get now.
It's fun to drive.
But I every now and then I get messages and emails of kind of like, hey, come haul fuel. Hey, come do this. I'm like, nah.
I don't know what it is, but I'll tell you what. Like, I've done a lot of cool things in my life, or at least I feel like I have. But when you roll up to a truck stop and you're in a sweet Peterbilt and you got a bull hauler on and you're hauling bucking bulls to a PBR, you feel like the coolest person
You're the hot
in
girl at
world
school for sure.
stepping out of the truck.
Yeah.
I know the girls in the gas station probably really aren't checking me out.
No, it's
but
the
I'm
guys. Yeah.
I think they're checking.
Oh
me
yeah,
out.
dude, a nice truck and a bull wagon for sure.
It's so
especially
cool.
if you're some of these like, have you seen the cattle cartel guys?
Yes.
Where they've got the matching wagons and stuff. Oh, dude, it's
So cool.
I used to follow a couple of guys and was friends with a few of them that drove because they name all the trucks and they're all. I mean, it's a whole gang essentially. But yeah, for me, it's like every other guy. Hair stands up in the back of your neck. You hear him coming down the mountain. You're like, oh, you hear the Jakes.
Yep. It's so fun.
I need to take you for. We should go down there and take you for a ride, dude. Tyson's like, we're speaking a different language.
Dude,
over
I can
here.
tell you have it. Like, you're born with it. I swear. Like,
Well,
you're
I was
a truck
an,
guy or not?
I was an insurance agent.
Yeah.
Before I ever stepped foot in a truck. So I moved here to Utah about 8 years ago. We'd been here on and off for a couple of years. My family's all northern Utah people, and
I'm northern.
you're like north.
You're like
east.
You're Utah County. You're a
No,
different.
no. My family's all from Fielding, way up north.
Oh, okay.
But we moved back here, and I was just done with the insurance industry. Was sitting in an 8x8 cubicle. It was terrible for my mental health, other stuff I was going through, and I came out here to picked up a truck driving job, and fell in love with it.
Yeah.
Worked a couple years in, and become a truck boss of this fleet I worked for.
Now they're expecting a little baby
and then
truck.
I did. Now we're expecting a baby truck.
Exactly.
Yeah, I hauled for UPS for a while. I did heavy transport, like
Yeah.
excavators, loaders, dozers, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, I mean, there's this running joke that Pete drivers, you can't see them because they sit so low that you can't. I don't know what it is. I used to think it was so dumb until I get in one.
Yeah,
and then you just get lower and lower, and you're just barely. I mean, it's crazy the length and the weight that you'll pull with how little you can see.
So fun.
But you're more comfortable than the Honda Civic on the road. And
Love it.
I'm more comfortable driving, you know, I mean, I did doubles and triples, and I'll whip that thing around and feel safer than when I'm driving my truck. Yeah. So
No, totally fun. I love truck driving.
I geek out whenever I.
No,
I've
we totally just geeked out on the trucks
It's
for a
been
minute,
so
didn't we?
long. Tyson's falling asleep.
That just happened.
It's been, but see, this is the thing though. This would be a cool. Interesting for you, Tyson. Bull haulers, though, you bull haulers are a different breed, though, because you got. I jokingly have said that bull haulers are the reason why DOT is as rough as they are.
Yeah, there you go.
Because you guys are the reason why, like, this is a rule. Yeah, it's probably because of the bull haulers, right, or just the cattle guys, because you guys have to get when, especially the guys that are going to different plants and stuff. You only got a X amount of time that those animals can stay on their feet.
Oh yeah, you run fast.
Yeah.
Yep. There's
But-
good stories about bull hauling too.
Yeah, you're like, which I won't put on a recording.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I have a good story that I can tell you about hauling bulls the other day.
Yeah.
Actually, well, I got two, but I'm going to tell you this one first. So, I'm hauling this bull that was nasty, mean. Like he just was time to get rid of. So we're taking him to the slaughterhouse, right? Make some hamburger out of him. So I'm talking on my phone. One of my drivers was actually supposed to take him, but he ended up showing up later. Whatever it was, I ended up having to do it. So I'm not dressed for the deal. Like I'm just whatever. I'm not there mentally. I'm still on the phone working, doing my thing. I got this great big 36-foot long gooseneck trailer on my pickup. The bull's up in the very front. So I'm on my phone, I back up, open the back door, and then I walk 22 feet into the trailer. I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm talking on the phone. I've been in this situation before. You can open the trailer from the outside, but for whatever reason, I don't. I walk right in the trailer to open the next latch. I open the latch, and that bull hits the gate so hard, pushes me like out of the way, and almost kills me. Like, I mean, it's a thing, right? My heart is pounding. I'm still on the phone. I drop my phone. I'm just like, oh my gosh, what did I do? Why did I just walk into the trailer with this freaking bull? That was the dumbest thing I ever did. So the bull runs out of the 36-foot trailer, jumps out, sees the panel, doesn't know where to go, turns around, comes back in the trailer. I'm still in the trailer looking for my phone. I hear something. I look behind me. That bull's on a dead run for me in the trailer and just smokes me. Like, gonna kill me. There's this Latino guy that's working there, starts hooping and hollering and yelling because he thinks I'm gonna die by this bull in the trailer. I'm getting up, fighting this bull as much as I can. Finally, the bull gets up by me, and I turn around and start running, and that bull is running after me out of the trailer. And I like leap for my life for the fence. Bull hits my feet, knocks my feet out from underneath me, but I got a hold of the rail so it doesn't get me down. Long story short, I'm so jacked up that I didn't just die. I shut the trailer and I forget to latch it because I'm just like heart pounding. Jump on the freeway, driving down the freeway. Somebody's honking their horn like, your horse trailer door's open. It's swinging on the freeway. I'm just like, oh my gosh. Like, that is my life to a nutshell. Being in a hurry, doing something I shouldn't be at the time, but I got a story out of it.
Now you know why they call it cowboy up or sit in the truck.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's like you'll just get racked. Jeez, how big is this bull?
It was fun. I mean, he was, I don't know, 2,200 pounds.
Is that big?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
No, it's just a wheel guy.
Yeah, that's a big
I don't know. I don't know
that's
either. But yeah. Dude, that's nuts.
I'm like-
10 of you, size of 10 of you.
That's a big dude.
Yeah. Jeez, dude.
But anyways, bull haul's fun.
Yeah.
You know what we should do? A skit where you jump on my back. Like, have you seen that skit on TikTok and stuff like that?
the fake horse
Where I
thing.
lift him up, you jump on my back, and you pretend like you're shooting a gun or something, and he jumps up, and I.
We'll have to show him so he gets the concept.
We should really do that.
Yeah, maybe.
It'd be the worst, but the best thing
It'll be
ever.
the weirdest shaped horse you've ever seen. But dude, that's nuts. I mean, I don't know if you heard the story recently of that matador that was, I think, over in Spain or whatever. He just got gored to death.
No. Oh, really?
Yeah. I
matador
mean, that's
close
a
too.
different type.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
yeah.
bullfighting and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
scary.
But so how many? We talked about this a little bit before off, and we're getting close to wrapping up. But one of your biggest ventures right now is you got bucking bulls, right?
Yeah. So I just bought a ranch in Stephenville, Texas. And then I got a ranch down in Richfield, too, where we have a bunch of mama cows, registered bucking bull cows. So we're raising these bucking bull babies. And I bought some real nice ones, and they're going to the PBR. And I've been really successful getting these nice bulls. Had some bulls in the World's Finals last year.
Nice.
And we're creating this big team of bucking bulls. And it's been really, really fun to go to the rodeos and cheer for the bull instead of the cowboy. Like, it's a whole another level.
Oh, yeah.
So is
It's
it-
like fun and excitement.
Just like, if you have a horse in the Kentucky Derby and, in the Triple Crown and stuff like that, you can take it in and you can just stud them out like crazy. Is that the same thing now?
Oh,
that
yeah.
You had some.
Oh, they got lineage stuff for bulls.
Well, that's what I
yeah,
mean.
it's a big
Is
deal.
because you were in the PBR and the Worlds and everything like that.
Yeah.
Can you just?
Oh yeah,
That's
people
cool.
and after their career, like the bulls live a good life.
I was gonna say they're pampered.
Yeah, when I post the stuff about my bulls, you always get them people. I can't believe you do that to the bulls. I'm like, lady, that bull lives better than you. Like,
Yeah.
seriously, they live the good life. They are fed like pure machines, like just tough animals. I mean, they're pouring mountain ops to them all day, every day. You
Yeah.
know? Like,
They get-
I mean, really, just like protein, good, healthy stuff. Like these bulls
Give
are so big and
massages.
strong. Oh yeah, totally. And anyways, they can go their career in the bucking field. They love it. I mean, they're born to buck. Like,
Yeah, they're doing
it's
what they
not
do.
we're making them do it. They like it. Like it's part of what their genes and their enhancement is. So, but they live their life, have fun. Once they get old, we turn them out in the pasture, let them live on the green grass, turn them out with 70 cows and say,
Have
Go
fun,
have
fun,
fun,
bud. You earned it. Yeah.
Well, we all want to do that someday. Probably not gonna happen.
Or we say if it in our 70s, we might need some help.
I have 6 kids. I'm good.
But no, it's been way fun, you guys. Like just being around raw, powerful animals like that, and then you
That nearly kill you.
yes, and you grow a friendship with lots of them. To be honest, like some of them are so nice, they'll let you pet them and be around them.
They're
And
big old yard dogs,
yeah,
right?
there's some cool ones. It's really fun, and it's been a really fun business venture for me.
Cool, man. Well, as we're wrapping up, we've talked about all kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
but
we've
like
jumped around.
Cool thing is sometimes the best conversations when you feel like you can just sit here and just keep talking about all kinds of crazy stories and stuff. We talked about. I like the concept we talked about of getting unstuck. Like it's about getting unstuck. So I kind of feel like that's the message that we want to go with this amongst all the other fun stories. And so on that note, you have one last little nugget or piece of anything you want to share with anybody about getting unstuck and all just the ups and the downs and the wins and everything you've kind of experienced building your kind of big empire and everything.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the only thing that I can think of was I love to give people thumbs up. I'm always giving my kids thumbs up. And it's like my way of saying, I'm happy, you happy too. And I love that concept of just tossing around a thumbs up and having that positivity sharing with my family and my kids. And at any given point, you don't have to say anything. You give them a thumbs up. They know you're good. You know they're good. And it's been a fun part of me growing my kids.
Nice. Well, thanks, man. If you guys haven't yet, look up JJ Lund. Where can we find you?
Classic Jack Co.
Classic Jack.
And
Co.
his stories, like I said, most of his stories are just him and his family. It's really
Yeah.
cute.
Don't judge him too hard. He doesn't know how to change the font.
Yeah, no,
If he
figuring that out still.
If he DMs
Figuring that
you,
out.
just or if you
Don't
DM
bother
him,
DM. He's just going to delete it. Yeah. But no, JJ, thanks for coming out, man. I know you
Yeah.
got a little bit of
Thanks, guys.
a long
It
drive
was so
home,
fun.
and we're gonna
I'm gonna have
have
to
to
get you some beard care stuff.
Hey, I was gonna shave the other day,
Don't.
and I was like, "Oh no, I'm going on the podcast."
Yeah.
Do you not
Okay.
use beard oil?
No.
Okay, we're gotta give you some Copper Johns.
All right,
I'm
let's
dead
make
serious.
it
And
happen.
some ball wash too. Your
I'm
wife
in.
will thank you.
We're gonna have
Yes.
to come out to your spot, drive the truck, shoot some videos,
Let's
playing
do
with
that.
bulls. Yeah.
Drive the Peterbilt and wash the
we
bull's
should
balls.
we should do a video once we lose a little bit more weight. If you have like a fairly nice bull, like do a video of like us.
No,
Trying to run from it.
if I fall off, I'm dead.
Yeah.
Like he can withstand that.
Dude,
Me,
look at
I'm
your
just like-
arms. You're
It's just built like a gorilla, yeah. So,
I just hook him and
Tyson,
200 pounds.
so, well, thanks for sticking around, guys. This has been fun. Check out everything JJ's doing, and we'll catch you next week.
Toodles.
Toodles.